Ultimate Dubs is coming up next week and I need a car, so I need to get out of the barn and get something sorted out. Now, don't worry, I've not gone and bought another car. No, I've done enough of that lately. I need to fix some of the ones that we've got in the barn. Now today, I'm gonna go and get my Jetta coupe. It's actually on my mum's drive. And there it is. Oh, I haven't seen that in a little while. Well, let's see if it starts. Now, if you've been watching the channel for a while, you'll know that this coupe has left me stranded a couple of times. So the fact it's been sat for a week, well, let's see if it starts. The whole reason that I need to look at it today is to get this running issue sorted ahead of Ultimate Dubs, because I've actually got an MOT coming up this week as well. This thing could be going to Ultimate Dubs, it could not. So hopefully we'll get it sorted, but first things first, we need to get it started and get it up the barn. Well, a moment of truth, I guess. That's not looking good. Let's try again. Let's give it a little bit of choke, but not too much, because it has a habit of flooding itself. Right, let's get this up the barn before it dies. No, it'll be fine. Maybe a little less choke, but I think we're going to be okay. Now back up the barn, to get the coupe in, the first thing I need to do is move the black one. That's right. Hello Sam, hello Ed. We've got this black Jetta that needs to move. Luckily I disconnected the battery, so it should be all right to get started. But while we're here, some of you in the last video suggested that maybe that it's just a bad earth. So if I put a jump lead on the negative to the engine block, then yeah, we might actually get it started and that battery light might come on. So if it's as simple as just a bad earth, I'll be happy with that. We can upgrade the earths and we'll be well away, but I don't think I'm gonna be that lucky. So look, we need to get this out the way, so let's just try that while we're here. Now, as far as earths go, is that big enough? Let's give it a go. So we'll put the battery on. That on there, and are we happy with that? So with that on there, let's try and get this started. Key in. Are we going to get a battery light? No, there's no battery light. Well, that means I think we can rule out a bad earth. So it's going to be a short somewhere. Now with 10 pounds of Screwfix's finest multimeter, we can clearly see we've got a problem. Something is drawing current. Yeah, it's still at 0.31. Are you just pulling random fuses now, Sam? One at a time, yeah? What did you do?
Pulled out the interior lights, clocks, everything. What's got down for now?
0. So you've pulled out the fuse for the interior light and the clocks?
Yeah. Interior and luggage compartment lights, clock and cigarette lighter.
Okay. I think it is 0.
No, but that would always have some draw.
Oh, of course, okay. So yeah, so it looks like it could be... Don't say there's a light in the boot that's on permanently. Don't do it to me, Sam. I guess where's the... Oh, okay. So if you put the fuse back in and that comes on, then obviously if we push that in, we'll know that it's this dodgy switch. Right. So that light's on, goes off. So with the bulb out, the current drain is 0. So, okay. I mean, is this going to give us a switch on?
It won't give battery light.
Oh, so it's not going to give us the battery light.
But suppose my battery goes flat.
We're just going to humour me here. I'm sure it's not going to work, but look, we've got to give it a go, haven't we? No. Okay, so one problem down, another one still to go, but at least it shouldn't leave me stranded as long as I remember to give it a good hard rev to get the alternator charging the battery. So with that done, I think that's probably enough on this today. We'll see. We need to get that Jetta in and get the carb gasket changed so it's running right for next weekend. But part of me is thinking, oh, might only be a couple of minutes just to try another set of clocks. Am I getting distracted? What do you think? Should we press on with this, or should we get the other coupe in to do that base gasket?
Get on the base gasket, I'll do the clocks.
Get on the, oh, there we go. I'm gonna go out the front. So I've been relegated to working in the dirt because Sam's gonna work in here on the black Jetta. Sam's going to swap the clocks over, and I'm going to sort the base gasket on the Jetta coupe. Now, you'd think swapping the clocks over, GTD clocks are different to GTI clocks, and you're right, it's a diesel rev counter, so it's only 5,000, is that the red line, Sam?
Yeah.
Yeah, 5,000 red line, and obviously they've got a glow plug light. Now, as luck would have it, I am the king of hoarding all sorts of useless crap, and it turns out that I have got the remains of a GTD in the barn. So, yes, we've got Sam hiding. We've got this GTD that I really should have scrapped ages ago. Thankfully, I haven't got round to it yet. So there's still some useful bits on here. We've still got the clocks, so we can test it. If it works, we can swap over the rev counter with the speedo, so the mileage all lines up correctly. Pretty much the same as I did on the grey coupe, I think in the very first video that we did. With that in mind, I'm going to go and make some progress on the grey coupe. Sam's going to take the clocks out of there and swap them over, and hopefully we might have 2 working Jettas by the end of the day. Why did I say that? I've gone and jinxed it now. Probably going to have no working Jettas, and I'll be going to Ultimate Dubs in a Seat Ibiza with different coloured bumpers and wings. Anyway, to the Jetta. Now, while I take off the carb on that, Sam has already got the clocks out of the GTD body, and he's just putting them into the Jetta here. Now, we're not going to fit them fully, just in case they don't work, and it's something else. So what Sam's going to do is just put the loom into the back of the fuse box with the spare loom from the GTD as well, and hope that that works. Fingers crossed. Luckily, 1 plug C2 clocks.
Only going one way. To the log.
Yeah, moment of truth. I'm nervous, Sam.
So am I. I'm still continuing rewiring the alternator.
Moment of truth. Come on. Hey! Yay! We got battery, we've got alternator, we got clocks, we got everything. We got a working Jetta. Oh my God. Who'd have thought it? Yep. Just need to change the clocks and it all works. 2 problems. Easy one, take the bulb out, throw it away. Don't worry about that. Second one is a dodgy set of clocks. And thankfully we had a spare set up the barn. Now, obviously we know it works. Gonna have to strip the dash apart and yeah, swap them over. I mean, Sam's looking at me scared. It's like, oh, do you know what, Tim? I'd rather do the carb. It's time to get those swapped over, and we'll have a working Jetta, guys. This Jetta's going to be perfect. It's MOT'd. It's ready to go. Might want to have a look at the brakes because they're not 100%. But other than that, we got a working car, guys. Now, Sam's made rather short work of getting the clocks out, and we'll have a look at the clocks that have just come out of the Jetta. will be these ones here. And that does not look factory. And you can kind of see, it's a bit dark, so let me turn it around. You can kind of see that this track here is exposed. So it looks like someone has attempted to repair these badly. Whereas when we compare that to the replacement clocks, you can see here, no dodgy wires, no dodgy soldering, no exposed tracks. So that looks like that is what has caused the problem. So turns out to be a simple fix in the end, which that and that light bulb have caused me no end of stress, left me on the side of the road in the cold and the rain. But look, here we are. We'll get this back together and we'll have a working Jetta. Now with the two base gaskets side by side, we can see we've got the new one and then we've got this old one. Now this has done a good few miles, and on closer inspection, we can see why it started to fail and why the car's running rough. Now in here, it's really difficult to see, but it started to perish and split. Now looking inside, you can see that there's some holes that are starting to appear. We just need to put the new one in. So we've got a new gasket here. It was about £16. Yeah, £16. So again, we just do the reverse of what we've just done to get this back in. So give it another 5-10 minutes. We should have a working Jetta. And with Sam buttoning this one up, it could actually be 2. And now with the Jetta back together, let's fire it up and see what happens. I mean, it should work, shouldn't it? We've got lights. And it charges. Well, the rev counter works without revving it, so that's good news. Hopefully, that's the charging issue sorted. It's not going to die because we've taken the bulb out the boot, and the battery light comes on, the rev counter works. Yeah, I'm feeling really good about this now. Now, in about, what's that, taking us 2 hours, we finally got these cars sorted. So the Jetta Coupe is running like an absolute dream, and then we've got the Jetta Diesel is running. Yeah, as you can see, the battery light comes on, it charges, yeah, it works. And of course, it hasn't got that current drain from the light in the boot anymore, because we just took the bulb out. That's right, we'll sort that out later, but for now, we're just going to take the win, guys. With that in mind, I've got Ultimate Dubs next week, so I need to get the grey coupe in for an MOT. Now, hopefully, there's not going to be much that this car needs. It hasn't really done many miles since its last MOT, but it's an old car, so anything could be wrong. I mean, I've checked it over, it seems okay, so fingers crossed we can get the coupe MOT'd and off to Ultimate Dubs next weekend. Now this coupe is running so much better. It starts even without the choke, just a little touch on the throttle and it's good to go. And yeah, do you know what? I couldn't be happier. Fingers crossed it's going to be okay for its MOT. The MOT runs out in 2 days on this, so not quite enough for Ultimate Dubs, so I'm going to have to get it done. And of course the black Jetta is kind of a good standby. It's still got a couple of bits and pieces to do, but worst case, if this thing fails horrifically, I can always take the black one. Who'd have thought it? A dodgy set of clocks and a carb base gasket, and we're good to go. That's 2 cars fixed, guys. That hasn't happened. 2 cars in one video. That hasn't happened in the longest of times. So with that in mind, thank you ever so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one.